In freshwater are testing dangerously high levels of toxic chemicals. That's according to a new study done by the Environmental Protection Agencies. Some of those rivers actually located here in Northern California. And here to dive deeper into some of the data is Dr. Wesley Smith, a toxicologist from the California Office of Environmental Health Hazard Assessment. Thank you so much for joining us today. Let's start off with this for folks who are unfamiliar. What exactly is PFAS or PFOS, and why can they be detrimental to your health?
So PFAS are a large class of human-made chemicals that have been used widely for commercial and industrial purposes, such as firefighting foams at airports and military bases. People can be exposed in various ways through drinking water, foods, consumer products. And PFOS is a chemical within the class of PFASs, and it's one of the most studied chemicals. It's been shown to increase the risk of cancer at very low levels, and can harm a developing baby during pregnancy. It's no longer manufactured in the U.S., but people are still exposed, as this study explains, through fish.
Now, for our viewers at home, we're going to toss up a graphic. This is going to be the San Joaquin River. We're going to show that there are, as far as in the San Joaquin River, PFOS account for 11,400, and they're measuring at 16,490 for PFAS. And real quick, let's get to the Feather River. You'll see that it is measuring 865 PFOs and 865 PFAS. So what is considered a safe amount, if any, that we can find in our waters?
Well, the state of California, we don't currently have a level in fish to say what's safe and not safe. The levels in the rainbow trout from the Feather River are low relative to the other fish in the study, but the largemouth bass are a bit more concerning. We do currently have consumption advice for largemouth bass in the San Joaquin River, in that we recommend that women of childbearing age and children to not eat any largemouth bass, and then the rest of the population to eat only one serving a week. And that's due to mercury. So we have advice about other chemicals that should be protective against the PFAS also.
So if these other fish could get into, let's say, other waterways that currently don't have these high levels, could that impact the fish that we see in those populations?
It likely wouldn't affect from these fish traveling over. The only situation where that would be an issue is where smaller fish, potentially like a juvenile rainbow trout, might be eaten by largemouth bass, and it will accumulate up the food chain, as do some other chemicals such as mercury.
Real quick, we'll get you out on this. What can folks do to improve those conditions? Can anything be done?
So we recommend that people follow our advisories, and so continuing to listen or follow the advice for the San Joaquin River. We also have over 100 other advisories for water bodies throughout California at oehha.ca.gov/fish. So we just recommend that people try to find other water bodies that may have smaller fish and present better options with where they can eat more fish.
Dr. Wesley Smith, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.